Hi, Jamie. And we are live. One thing I forgot. Let's see. Still a couple minutes early. Hopefully everybody's on their way in. Hey, Pat. Yay! We are. It looks like everything is good to go, too. Hopefully we don't have a lot of lag. Okay. Okay, let me... Hey, Paula. Yay! Paula got her membership. Woohoo! There's Sue. Everybody's starting to get in here now. Hi, Geraldine. Give me just 1 second, guys. We'll play the intro and we're going to get started. And I want to give a shout out to Naomi at EJ's Fun Prints. Thank you for becoming a member to the YouTube channel, Naomi. We appreciate you. Yay! Guys, I had so much fun putting that together. The video is going to go live on at 5 o'clock tomorrow. However, the file for this flower is a supporter only file. So the only way that you can get this file is if you support me monthly on Ko-fi, not one time, but monthly. Or if you're a Patreon supporter, or if you are a YouTube membership subscriber to the Cuties Collectors level. That's the only way that you can get that file. The video will be available to everybody tomorrow at 5. Right now the video is available to all of my supporters. So if you are a YouTube Cutie Collector level or a Ko-fi monthly or a Patreon subscriber, you already have that file and you have access to the video. So you're going to get a full day's jump on anybody else who wants to make it. Excuse me, a tickle in my throat. But it was so much fun to make. A couple of little techniques in there that I haven't showed you guys before on flower making. It's almost like making flowers with you have that crepe paper look, but it is made from cardstock. Yes, Debbie, I had a wrong setting on there. It should be fixed now. Jamie tested it for me and it was working for her after I fixed it. I had scheduled it to go live by itself at 5 o'clock, and when I did that, I didn't realize that I was making it private until then, and then you guys couldn't see it. But now you should be able to see it. So there's Joan. Welcome everybody. Tonight we are going to be working on our spinning wiggly bunny Easter card. I didn't put all of that on there because I couldn't get it on there, but it spins and wiggles. We got a couple of little elements on there that we're going to do. So let's go ahead and go to the overhead. Actually, I want to pull up Design Space first before we put our card together. Let's go. And guys, there's a link down below. Now I didn't tell you in the video with the dahlia flower. If you want to get those Chandler tools that I was using, there's a 20% off coupon, and it's in the description down below in this video, and I did add it to the other video as well. So anytime you need a glue gun or a heat gun, guys, go over there and check out the Chandler tools, and you will get those using our code that they gave especially to us. You'll save 20%. You use that on Amazon in the coupon code area. So let's talk a little bit in Design Space. We've had a lot of questions in the last couple of days about text and curving text. You have to remember, guys, if you are on an iPad, excuse me, or a phone, Android, any of that, then you will not have the option to curve text. So, just to be clear, any laptop, any computer, you're going to have the option. If you're on mobile, there are apps, the Fonto app. There may be some others. I think I put some others in the group resource file, and I found a couple of more I'm going to check out, and if they work well, I'm going to add those to the resource file over in the groups. So you will have some options, and there are things you can do. What is one of the things that you can do if you don't have access to a computer or a laptop and you want to curve your text? I'm going to cover that. Let's just go ahead and put in Happy Easter, since we're working with a Easter file tonight. When you put in your text, you'll notice that you get your text toolbar up here, but only when your text is selected. Notice if I click off of my text, I have no text toolbar. I had somebody ask me, why don't I have a toolbar? Well, you actually have to have your text typed in, and you have to select it, and then you will get that text toolbar. Kind of tucks it up out of the way when we're not using it. There's no need in it taking up part of our screen. You can see, you know, it just drops down, and there's no need for that if you're not using it. Is that even if we do it on a desktop and save it? I believe if you have curved text, if it is not welded, you cannot open it on mobile. There we go. Jamie just answered that for you. It has to be welded in order to... oops, I'm off my camera here. Didn't transition. Maybe that took. Thank you for that reminder, Sue. Appreciate it. So I've got my text typed in, and I'm just going to show you since my camera didn't change. I double clicked, but it didn't go. If I type in my text and I don't select it, I have nothing here. But if I select it, my toolbar comes up. Okay? We got it fixed. Thank you, Denora. So we have that in there, and you can come here. This is another issue that people have been letting us know about. And we do know, and we know that it is difficult when you're trying to select a font, and you come and you change this, and you look at a child's year, and then you say, don't know, you want to go back, and let's just say that you're down here deep, and you've got this one, and you don't like it. It used to go back to where we had left off. And it doesn't do that anymore. Now we have to scroll all the way back through and find the place where we left off for the text that we were selecting. They know about it. They are working on it, and they're trying to fix that, guys. This is not the norm. Usually we don't have to do that. And we know it can be frustrating, but if you just bear with them, they are going to fix that. Okay? So once you come in here and you're looking in your fonts and you've selected your font and you have picked what you want to use, and let's just, I'm flying by the seat of my pants on this one because I don't, let me switch over to Cricut so it make it easier for you guys who don't have a bunch of downloaded fonts. Trying to pick a cute font for this. And I'm getting slow loading here. It's only giving me my A's. So we're going to pick something out of the A's just because it's going to be that way. So we're going to go back to a child's year. Once you have selected your font, and I don't know if you noticed that I was here, you can do all, which is all your fonts on your system and Cricut. Then you have system, then you have Cricut, and it will sort them out. You can search for your fonts. Like I know I have Magnolia Sky and things like that. Here it is. I can pull up the Magnolia font right here. In Cricut, I can use my filter. If you're wanting it to write, guys, these writing styles are designed for Cricut for design space, and they are like a single line. Those fonts that don't have a writing style will follow the cut path. So like my Happy Easter here, if I change this to draw, it's going to outline it because, well, there's a writing, and you can see that this one has a writing style, so it's not going to do it. I picked one that had a writing style. If it doesn't, if it has that opening in it, let me see if I can find one. Let's do it. If I change this one, you see there's no writing style here. If I change this one to draw on my line type, it's just going to outline. Your Cricut's not going to color in. So when you're searching for a font, you'll want to use your filter and select those with a writing style should you want yours to write. Okay? Make sure that you're using all the tools that they give you. All of those tools. They're all going to help you out. Okay? So make sure that you're using those. And I'm just going to go back over to Happy Easter here. In a child's year, I've got it set at regular. Sometimes you can bold up a font like this one, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes they won't change at all. So you can change it back. Sometimes you can put them in italics, italic bold. Some of these, if it works, then you have it. And if it does not, then that it's not available for that font. And I'm just going to tell you, 99% of the time, it's only going to be available for Cricut fonts. Those in here, okay? Here's your font size. You can come in here and you can change your font size up or down. This is your letter space, and when you use your letter space, this comes in handy when you're working with a script font so that they touch. Or if you've got a writing style and the I is right next to the L and you can't see it, you might want to put a bigger gap in there. So make sure that you're using these tools that they supply you with on your fonts. What is a line space? The only time that the line space is going to work is if you have 2 lines of text. Okay, and with 2 lines of text, then you can separate and close in the gap here as to how much space is in between each line. I'm just going to change that back because before I do, let me go ahead and show you. If you come over here, you see that the curve is gone now, and that's because I have 2 lines of text. Curve is only going to be available if you're on a computer or if you have 1 line of text. So you see if I went back to 1 line, I have the curve. Your alignment does just that. If you've got more than 1 line of text, you can center it, you can make it go to the right, you can make it go to the left. If you've ever used Word or anything like that, or any kind of program that has text tools in it, you've probably seen these alignment tools before. And then you have advanced. If you ungroup 2 letters, you can ungroup to lines if you have 2 lines and still use your curve option. If you ungroup to layers, which means if I have a font that has a multi-layer, I can still curve my text. But once you ungroup to letters, if you'll look at that layers panel when I do this, what happens? It changes all of those. Even though they're still text, they are basically separate images now. And so I have no curve option because well, I have it, but you can't curve one letter. It's not going to do anything, okay? And if I select 2 or 3 letters, you see I have no text tools whatsoever because they're basically images at this point. So no text tools at all. To use your curve tool, it needs to stay in its original format. Let me just, there we go. So that you have that option. And you can curve it up or you can curve it down. You can give it as much curve as you want. If you're working with a script font, you may have to curve it. And then you might want to do some more letter spacing and close in some of those gaps until you get the look that you want. So what happens if you're on mobile and you need to curve it? What can you do? You can use an outside app and bring that text back, or you can come in here and you can bring in a shape, and you can use whatever shape you want. It doesn't have to be a circle if you want to do a different shape. You can bring in that circle and get the size about how you want it. Come back to your advanced, ungroup to letters, and I'm not going to place all of these, guys. I'm just going to show you really quickly. You can start placing these on that curve. After you've ungrouped to letters, you're just going to use your handles and rotate them. Oops, you don't want to delete it. You want to rotate them and get them on there like you want, using your handles. And you're just going to place them on the curve of that circle. And then you're going to start over. Once you've got it done, you're going to remove the circle and get rid of it. You're going to select those letters and you're going to weld. And weld is what you need to do. If you create it with curved text in Design Space, well, I've already, let me fix that. If you have done this in Design Space and used your curve tool and you save it and then you go in your mobile, it's not going to let you open it because you have this curved text in here, okay? Get rid of that so you guys can see it in the layers panel. But you can see right here, I have it in there and it's going to tell it it's curved. It won't open. But if I weld it, it's going to get rid of that text and it's going to tell me that now it's an image. It's a welded image and it will open. What happens if you forget what text you used and you want to change something or add something? If you right click on your layers panel and go to image info, it is grayed out, but it is there. And did they fix that where you can see that on mobile now, guys? Does anybody know if they fixed that issue? It might be on Android. One of them I know that you couldn't see it. It's not there. But if you look here, it will be here on your computer. So you can still find out what font you used later. Does anybody have any questions about your text tools? As always, go ahead and put your questions in caps and they will help answer them. We'll come back and revisit this. If you have a question and you don't understand, we'll show you on screen. Or if you have other questions, just let us know and we'll show you. And guys, if you're not on YouTube membership, make sure you grab that. You'll get access to the files. Tonight's file is for all of my Patreon, Ko-fi, and YouTube Cricut Cutie collectors, and you can get the file. It's already loaded. If you want it and you just want to do one-time support to get this file, you can do that on Ko-fi. One-time support, it will give you the link to this card. And I didn't set it up before we come in here tonight. But we have our little Easter card, and you can see our little wobbly there. Super cute. But when they open it up, it spins. How cute is that? And I even put a gift card holder on the back of mine, so you can do that too. And we're just going to assemble it up real quick and show you guys how to do it. Now you can change this up for any shapes, guys, that you want to use. Circles, squares, as long as your image will fit in there. That's what you just want to make sure that it will fit and have room to spin. So all I've done is taken my card base and I folded it in half with my bone folder. This is Park Lane paper from Joann's. I think it's 110 pound. It's kind of overkill, but it was pretty and I liked it. So that's why I have this one. And I'm going to be using art glitter glue. You can use your score tapes and stuff like that for this if you want. This panel, I just had Happy Easter right on it with the Cricut pen. And I'm just going to line up that panel and hopefully I have it in the right place. I'm just going to use my bone folder and kind of smooth out some of that adhesive. And I'm going to set, I cut these out of the same paper just because I had it, but I'm using the white side of it that was not double-sided, so use what you have. Then you have two panels like this. They do not go on yet. One is going to go here and one is going to go here. Okay, and depending on what side you are putting your bunny on, that's the side that you want to wait on. And I'm just going to do it on the top here. It is a 5x7 card. So I'm using my Cricut mat, and I am going to put this on the blue line here so I can see where halfway is. And I lost my pencil. Usually I'm going to have to use a pen. I lost my pencil. I am going to go 2.5 inches over. Okay. And I know this is going to be covered, so I'm just going to put a mark, just a guesstimate mark right here on my card. Just a tiny little tick. Nothing major there. And I'm going to flip it upside down just so I can see and you guys can see. And I'm going to go 2.5 inches over again. And up above where I know that my panel is going to cover, I'm going to put another mark at 2.5. Just a couple little dots, all you need. And you'll see why here in just a second. I'm going to use my Teflon sheet. I'm just going to pop it inside. Going to, you can use parchment paper, whatever you have. Make sure that my bunny is like I want him, and one is mirrored. So if you change out the image in your file or you create your own file, make sure that you flip one of your images, because when you do print and cut and you cut them out, you're going to want to flip one over. Okay, and so they need to line up. And I'm just going to lay my little bunny right there where I want him. First I'm going to check. I want it to cover up the Happy Easter in there too. I don't want it to be shown when the card is closed. So I'm just going to kind of slip that under. Make sure I got them right about in the right place. I can still see that Happy Easter under there. There we go. You can see it through your Teflon sheet or parchment paper. No need to take it out. So I've got my little Easter bunny right there. You're going to need some twine or cord, something like that. You don't need a big piece, just, it's probably too long. I know it's too long, but that's okay. So yeah, I've got my piece of twine here, and I'm just going to use a glue dot. There they are. And in case anybody doesn't know what glue dots are, you can get those at Amazon. You can get them at most any Hobby Lobby, any place like that. These are the pretty big ones. And I'm just going to plop one down right there at the center. Now you can use red line tape too. I've used that. I really wanted that to stay flat and it didn't, but I'm going to try on this one. These things are super, super sticky. Super sticky. I'm just going to place One right there. Try this a different way. There we go. I'm going to pull that one off. I don't want it wadded up there because it will show. Something super, super sticky. I think maybe these might be old. I might have grabbed the wrong ones because they don't want to turn loose from my paper. There it goes. Just make sure that they're laying flat or use your red line tape. Perfect. So now I have all of that lined up, and if you want to do a line on your, or a tick mark on there to show you where the center is, I'm using the little top of his head here, his little fluff. I'm using that to line up. Then I'm just going to stretch, and you want this tight, my twine, and I'm just going to lay it right there on it. Oh, I forgot my dots on him. That's okay. We can still do that later. Then I'm just going to snip that off. So we don't want that sticking out. I think I'll just use tearing tape on him since I'm having a problem with my dots. Just going to run a line of adhesive right down the middle, or try to get it down the middle. Tearing tape. I missed it. And it doesn't matter because he's going to get all glued down anyway, so you can put your adhesive on any way you want to get it on there. If I can get the turn loose. There we go. So now we're just going to slip him under there, covering up that happy Easter. I don't want it to show when I'm done. I'm just going to press it down in there and get rid of that now. I just didn't want tape or dots or anything to get through to the other side. If you're careful, it won't happen. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glue on the outside and right down on the cord. And then we're just going to place him right on the top. Line him up really good. I'm just going to, got that there. Now you're going to take, I like to reinforce mine because I don't want this to come off later, and you can always put that in there first if you want. It's all in how you want to put yours together. There it is. And I'm just going to reinforce it with some Scotch tape right over the top. Teeny tiny piece at the top. I don't want it to show through my panel, so make sure you don't go over too close to the edge. And now I'm going to put the panel on. And we're going to line that up. And all I'm doing is pressing on all four sides of my oval just to make sure that it's lined up and not peeping through on the other side. Should fit on there very well. Then we're going to open it up and put the other panel on. I have paper fibers from making my dahlia all over the place. Same thing, just going to plop this down. So if you forget and you accidentally put your front panel on without thinking and you hadn't put your bunny on, you still have a chance. You could do it on this side as well. Don't ask me how I know that. I've done it before. So really cute. And I'm going to be placing my gift card holder on the back, and I'm just going to use some tearing tape for that. Doesn't need a lot. He doesn't belong there. Your nails trimmed down and now I can't grab anything. Just gonna place that. Got that on the back. And now it's ready for a gift card or money, whatever you want to put on there. And you're just going to, like you saw me do earlier, you're just going to tighten that up. Spin it around before you put it on there. And I did use some Nuvo drops on mine. So if you do that, make sure that you don't open it and let it spin, and close it before you're ready. I'm going to go ahead and put my inside piece on. Get out on those edges a little bit. I did not put my bunny on the center of the opening suit, and the reason I didn't, normally I would, but because my Happy Easter is going to be hanging up here at the top, just over, I didn't want it to interfere with him spinning, because that will stop him from spinning. So be aware of that when you're placing your image. If you're not coming up above like this, then of course you can put it in the center. I didn't bring mine all the way down center for that reason. Oh, cool. Yeah, this is a fun card. It really is. I'm just going to hold this one for just a second. And then I intentionally didn't flatten this to the white background layer that was with the file. And you can flatten it if you want, like this. I did not, because I wanted to pop this up and give it a 3D effect, a little bit more oomph. If you want to glue it straight down, you can, or you can just flatten them together and do a print and cut that way. So whichever you decide, totally up to you. I'm just going to use a few pop dots here to pop this up. And I use the big ones instead of using a ton of little ones. But you can do it either way you want. These pieces hang off, so just so you're aware of that. Now I've got that ready to go. I'm not going to stick it on there yet because I want to put my wobble on first. And like I said, I used the piece that I cut my card out of to get these pieces. The wobbles you can get at scrapbook.com. You can get them on Amazon. You can even make paper ones, like we used to make those gum chains and stuff. But you fold them. You take two pieces and you glue them in an, let's see, just a demo here. This is going to be a rough demo, guys. If you want to make your own little wobble, you can. Let's just pretend that my paper is straight, and you're going to glue two pieces together, just like this, and then you're going to fold them. One over and then one back. One over, one back. One over, one back. Just like that. And you want to do it small, but you can create yourself a little spring. Okay? In case you guys didn't know that. Anybody that didn't know that. You want them to be thin and you want them to be small. You won't get as much wobble out of it that you do with these wobbles, but it's an alternative. And we're just going to we peeled the sticky paper off, and we're just going to press that down really good. And now we have paper on this side. If I can get it to release, there we go. Yeah, you can duplicate and do all of that stuff. So now I don't want this little clear plastic to hang over into my opening. So I'm going to open my card. I'm kind of guesstimating about where I want it. And I'm just going to open it so that I can see right in here where my finger is. I'm just looking to make sure that I get that close to the top of the oval, but not hanging over on this side. We don't want it to be seen. And I may have this a little higher than I had the other one because I didn't like on this one. I'm scared when I press this down and put it in the envelope, because these pieces are not included in the grass at the bottom isn't included in the white layer that they supplied us. I guess I could have flattened that and done one, but I didn't. I just don't want that to be so close to the edge of the envelope and interfere. So I'm moving this one up a little bit to see if I like it. And now we're just going to come in here and place this down with our pop dots. And now we have lots of wiggle. I like that better. So it's totally up to you. Oops. See what I did? I forgot my frame. Can I still get it in there? Oh, I can. Not. So I'm just going to pop my wobble loose. I forgot my frame. All that work to put it on there. And he may not turn loose. Okay. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Don't forget to put your frame on before your wobble, guys. It's upside down. I'm trying to see how much I need to trim off of there to get it where I want it. And which one. I'm just going to cut myself a little curve right there in that one. Ta-da! Maybe just a tiny bit more. Doesn't want to go in there. Still don't have enough off of there. You won't have to do this if you put it on right because your wobble's going to go right on the top of it. There we go. Now it fits. Totally something you would do, Patty. I do it all the time. That's why I try to tell the guys in the group, don't be scared to mess up. There's always a way to fix it. If not, worst case scenario, we have to start over, right? We learn something, learn not what not to do. And I'm just going to give that a press down. That's going to actually help hold my wobble down too, so. And then I did use some Nuvo drops. These are the same color. I just had a small trial bottle because I get the Tonic Studios mystery box every month. And so sometimes you get these little trials in there. You're going to have to be careful, and you may even want to wait to put your wobble on if you're going to be using your card so that you don't get that in your Nuvo drops. But I just went around and put drops around my frame. And if you have stickles, you can use stickles. You can use glitter glues and stuff like that. The Nuvo drops just tend to hold shape better. See, that's what I mean. That one's going to get in there. I will do that dot later when I can prop this up so that it doesn't touch it. They take about 20 to 30 minutes to dry. It depends on how big and how deep your drops are. And then I use this little bit of bronze for his eyes. Just to give him some dimension and bring him up a little bit. And you can do his nose too. And I just went really thin on his nose just to give it the same color. How cute is he? And that's it, guys. We're done. Other than propping it up here after, I'll just put in my bone folder here and raise it up and put that drop in there. And then it will dry along with the rest of it. I lost my straight pin. There it is. Hi, Denise. 20, oh, that question just popped up, Patty. Takes about 20 to 30 minutes. Again, like I said, it's going to depend on how big your drops are, how thick they are, humidity in your area. But yeah, like Jamie said, a couple of hours is going to make sure that they're good and firm. But you can see these are nice and hard, and they held their shape. Hopefully the camera will pick that up. But they hold their shape. But you can use enamel dots or pearls, whatever you have, whatever you want. Just a little something fun on the card to go with the wobble and the spin. And make sure that, guys, don't forget to twist him up and get that good and taut. And you can feel the resistance on it as you're spinning it. And if you did your Nuvo drops, make sure they're on the top, okay? When you close it up and put it in your envelope, because you don't want to forget to wind that and then stick it in there, because when they open it, they won't get that spinning effect. Oop, and I just dropped it. But this is good for birthdays, guys. You can do any image in the center. You can do any shape. I just did an egg shape. But you can do tons of stuff. And then when they open it, again, he just spins. Patty, you know what I have learned to do with these? Like this one, usually I wouldn't have to prop up like I do on this one. This is a rare thing where I'm having to prop this up. Usually if mine are wet, I don't have one in here. They're in the other room. the clear plastic shoe boxes that you get from the dollar store, you can put it in there and lay it in the bottom, put the lid on it. That way, when you're messing around and throwing things around in your craft room and on your desk, it's protected. You can stack them, you can put them up somewhere up high. That way you don't have to worry about it. They're in that box. Dust and dirt's not going to settle on them while they're drying, and you don't have to worry about touching it. Yeah, I almost did a chick in there, Paula. I almost did. I don't know if I left it in the file for you guys or not. Let's go over and take a look. I might have left him in there. There was a chick that I got, and he was really cute. No, I took him out. I took him out of there. But he was really cute when I flattened him. But I just kind of favored the bunny a little bit for some reason. He's cute, but that wasn't the one I selected. Where is he? I think that was him. He's so cute. He's so stinking cute. And if you want to check and make sure it's got like a big, you don't want to see his eyes. You don't want to see the grid behind their eyes when you select your image. And this one has a good flat layer. So select all and flatten. How cute is he? If anybody wants that image number, it is the hatching chicken, hashtag M like Mary, A like April, E like Edward, 3, F like Frank, 177. Yeah, Patty, just those clear shoebox type. They're just like a plastic container with a lid, but they're shoebox size, and you can get them for $1 at I think they're 97 cents at Walmart and $1 at the Dollar Tree. And you can just set them down in the bottom of that, put the lid on it, and then put it up on the shelf and not worry about it till it's dry. And you can get a couple of them in there depending on how much Nuvo drops and which way you lay them in there. As a matter of fact, there we go. It's just a clear totes. And you can just, I have my Cricut pens and stuff in here. You can just place your card in there, put the lid on it, and you don't have to worry about anything till it dries. The number again is hashtag M like Mary, A like April, E like Frank. The number, I'm sorry, E like Frank. E like 177. Or you can search hatching chicken. Okay, guys, that's about it. Does anybody have any design space questions? Anything that you need to ask? Anything you want answered? Any project questions? Thank you, Louise. Anything that you need for us to cover? I don't know how to use our emoticons, guys. That's horrible, isn't it? I was going to do my East. There it is. I got it. Yay. There we go. Perfect for Easter. Look at those numbers flying through there. right, guys. Don't forget to join us on Friday, 7 o'clock Eastern Times, Freebie Friday. It's going to be a freebie file for everybody. I was going to ask you guys and see what you thought about us doing some flowers. Oh, there they are. Jamie put all the emoticons in there. There we go. Yay, Paula. What do you think, instead of me doing a file, that we do a cartridge, a flower cartridge on Friday? The whole cartridge, put them together. What do you think? I was thinking, let's go over there. You need a St. Patrick's Day wreath. We can do that. Where are they? Not going to be that one. This one right here. The Elegant 3D Flowers, the 10 images. I was thinking, instead of me making a file, that we would go and cut all of these and show how to put each one together for Freebie Friday. That way everybody who has access can access the files and learn how to put the flowers. You guys? All right. It's a done deal then. That's what we'll do. I'll get that posted up tomorrow, ASAP, and get it put in there. So you guys look for the announcement for the video coming up. I want to say thanks to... You're going to need a box for all of Cricut Joy cards. I know. Aren't they awesome? We're going to be doing that. I was going to say something about that too. Everybody's asking me. I am not a Cricut product expert. The discount I get is the same discount you get is with Access. And I will be doing a live unboxing of that. And we will do some stuff live. And I will also be doing some tutorials on it. And I will give you my honest opinion about the machine. There was a question about that in chat. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion. If I like it, I will tell you. If I don't like it, I only believe everybody should try it, because I can't make that decision for you. You may love it. You may love working with it. But all I can do is tell you my thoughts and my opinions on the products. So far, I love all of Cricut's products, including the infusible ink. I just have a really hard time with it. It's a huge learning curve using that stuff for me. But I will never tell you a fib to you or tell you a story about products and tell you I like something I don't like. That's never going to happen. So if I tell you that it's a great product, it is a great product. I may not be great at using it, and I'll tell you that too. So it's just thumbs, Deb. You have to be a member to use those, to use the emoticons. All right. If anybody doesn't have any other questions, I'll always be honest about it. All right. I will see you guys on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're going to make all these flowers. We're going to have some fun. We may even have some goof ups, but we're going to play around. I'm going to cut 2 or 3 of each one of these. We may try some techniques and see what works and what doesn't. All right. You guys have a wonderful next couple of days.